Alright, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another cast of UGC Highlander. UGC Gold Highlander specifically, and what we're going to be watching is a matchup between Apple by Vox Day. Yes, this team is my namesake. It's my fake sponsorship team. And Team Jeebus. Two teams that are really close to my heart. Really good friends with a lot of the players on either team. And with me, as he has been, and hopefully will continue to be, is Mime over here. What's up, Mime?
Not too much. Looking forward to some exciting gameplay tonight.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty good one. We have two teams, 3-1. Two teams that have recently lost to social justice warriors, which is kind of a common trend that seems to be going on right now. All the high gold teams losing to SJ, but yeah, they're both 3-1 right now. Last week was Jeebus' first loss. They lost, they had three straight, and then they lost to Social Justice. And Apple is actually on a 3-game win streak because they lost their first game to Social Justice Warriors, and now have come full circle. So I've kind of mentioned it a lot, but Apple had a lot of struggles in the beginning of their season with coordination, but they seem to have gotten the dust off, and the rust seems to be faded, and they're kind of firing on all cylinders here. And then Jeebus is going to walk in as a team that's just been performing pretty well from the start, but I don't know, maybe hitting a little bit of a slump. They had Zig sniping for them at the beginning of the season, and they have Kamanglia now, who, of course, is no downgrade, but the question is he still in his season 15 form with Infamous? And that's going to be the real question here. Luckily for Apple, this is not very a sniper heavy, sniper dominant map. It's kind of tame in that sense. There's not a whole lot a sniper can do to carry. Of course, they're always a factor, but we're going to see a lot of flanks and a lot of combos going down here. And I mean, in terms of steel as well, I mean, you got to wonder. It's one of those maps that's just not heavily DM based. It's there. Of course, your DM is always going to be a big factor in what you're doing. I mean, you can't try to make that statement, but I guess less so than other maps. And would you agree with that?
Absolutely. I mean, there's always going to be those times where you have a flank fight, but if you can, out-strategize your opponent by rotating a certain way that they're not prepared for, then you have the upper hand, and maybe you can get the capture on E. So.
Right. I mean, you can do the straight AE push. We've seen that go down where you cap A and immediately just send bodies through to E with a level 3 in there, and just try to choke out the enemy team from getting in, because you can really kind of choke out that spawn. It's right there, but it's kind of difficult. You can do A, B, E. You cap A, you cap B, and you force them back to their secondary spawn, which, let me show you. So this is Red's first spawn, for anyone watching who's not familiar. You're going to be here when you're, defending A and B. And then after that, once B is captured, you move back to this spawn for defending C, D, and E. And then once D is captured, this entrance is no longer, or exit, I should say, no longer in effect, and you have to kind of go out this way if you really want to get some work done. So it's Steel is honestly one of my favorite maps just because of that. I mean, I hate it as a sniper main that I don't get to do my normal carry stuff, but it's nice to see like teams that usually win because of their DM. It makes them change the way they play, and I think it leads to a lot of interesting matchups.
Before we move on, you were mentioning the ABE push. I would like to point out that Metaway has patented that as the Abe Lincoln push, and it also happens to be President's Day, so it's a sign.
Yeah, maybe we will see some Abe going down. I mean, I didn't even make that connection, but I'm kind of glad you did now. I mean, we'll just call it as we see it. If we see the ABE. Well, Honest Abe is here with us. Was he that honest? I mean, we'll never know. We weren't alive during that time. Anyway, so one thing is, this is my fault, but I did not ask Zoe to make your usual class by class comparison. That one's on me. We didn't really know which match we were going to cast until a day or two ago. There was just so much confusion between whether we should do Jeebus and Appel or the Syndicate and Papa's Peddlers rather. And it's like either way, I feel like people are going to think that we made the wrong choice, but that's fine. I think we're going to see some exciting action between these two teams. They're really, really closely matched, and I mean, I can try to go through like a quick player by player comparison. It's going to be a little bit difficult, a little bit different, that we won't have that nice, easy little graphic to really look at who these players are, how their last performance was, and stuff like that. That's always been so great at providing. But really, I mean, obviously, what it starts with are the flanks, and you have Kairu and Minnie. Minnie's playing soldier. So Kairu is Jeebus' scout, and Minnie is the soldier for Jeebus. And then over on the other side, you have Blinks on scout and Bunny on Appel for soldier. And I don't know. It's Kairu has put up some fantastic numbers so far for Jeebus and been one of their top performers. And it's just a matter to see like who is going to be able to really take control. I mean, you're going to have your Pyro involved on your flank as well. And I know American over on Appel is going to be hyper aggressive, and Sunfire actually haven't gotten a chance to see play too often. I know that he's a very accurate Pyro, as in like every time I look at accuracy stats, for some reason he has like 80% accuracy with his shotgun and stupid things like that. But yeah, they're gonna be those two teams, just even on the Scout Soldier Pyro versus Scout Soldier Pyro, is gonna be really, really even. I want to say though the edge would probably have to go to Appel, simply because I think Bunny is one of the best soldiers in the division, and Americans' like aggression might really, really pay off for them.
I think, I mean, really, I think it could go either way, because Steel, like, yes, you have to know how to spam a choke point, but at the same time, you also have to know how to play smart and stay alive.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Minnie's a smart player. He might have the game sense, maybe not in terms of raw DM, but in terms of just game sense to win the flank fight if he, plays Steel the way you should. So
yeah, I can speak from experience. Minnie is a smart gamer. I mean, it's just gonna. I think that'll actually be really interesting. I'm glad you pointed that out. Is like maybe Appel has the DM in their favor in terms of the flank fight, but Jeebus is gonna have more of the strategy and game sense on their end. And I mean, Minnie is an excellent main caller. He played medic. Played medic for a while in Highlander, and I think he's actually officially gone through and played, besides maybe like Spy or NG, I don't know. He's played most Highlander classes throughout an entire season of Highlander, so he knows what he's doing. And if he can be like a secondary caller and specifically for the flank, then they're gonna have a huge advantage over on their side just because of that. If the medic who's calling for the combo couches is just controlling what's going on with the combo, and Minnie's controlling the flank, I think that could work out heavily in their favor. Moving on to the combo, though, you have over on the Appel side, now they had a little bit of switch-ups and stuff like that. So Simon played demo for them last week, but Drunk Uncle is actually going to make the move from heavy to demo, which was his position last season. So Drunk Uncle is going to be playing demo. Vipa is going to be playing heavy, and then you have Brule on medic. Whereas over on the Jeebus side, things are still a little bit different, but I guess a little bit more consistent. You have Ezric on demo. They're going to have Battle Bull actually on the heavy class. Willie is not present today, and couches for medic. And I think I have to give the edge to to Jeebus there. I know Drunk Uncle and Vipa will probably do a lot of work, but Couch's numbers, like when you look at like medics throughout the division, and because I've been working so closely with the stats I've seen, he doesn't die. Like he, for 2 weeks straight, like had the least deaths out of any player in gold. He has super low deaths per minute. He's got a lot of, you know, good number of assists per minute, so a good like balance between passive and you know, he doesn't play hyper passive to get those death stats, and he always puts out a good number of heals and ubers as well. So, you know, I don't. It's hard to know in terms of like calling who's doing the better job, but I don't know. I just in terms of coordination, I'd maybe have to give that over to Jeebus.
And I'd agree with you there. I mean, Couches has been a medic main for a very long time now. I remember when he was playing Plat in Season 13, and I'm sure he was playing before that. But yeah, he's a very well experienced medic. I think he knows what he's doing on Steel. So
yeah, I think that's gonna play in really well. Although, speaking with American, he felt really confident. I actually asked him. I was like, so Simon, who put out great numbers last week on Viaduct for them, and is also a main calling demo. And I was like, American, so why are you going to take away your main calling, high fragging demo on a map that's very combo centric? And he was very confident to say that Vipa and Drunk Uncle were performing really, really well as a combo. So even though they might end up like kind of missing some of the DM that Simon brings, or maybe even some of the main calling, confident enough to that his combo would be in sync, and that whoever ends up doing the main calling, which is probably Brule, will do a really good job. So it'll be interesting to see if how they performed in their scrims will translate to how they'll do in this match. The energies on either side, you have Zaku versus Shay, and it's tough. It's tough, really, to compare NGs because it mainly comes down to technique of level 3s and switching up your Rescue Ranger and your Wrangler and all that fun business. So it's really tough to kind of do it. I know they're both solid DM NGs, but there's probably not going to be too many situations where they're just going to try to be raw DMing besides on attack. They might end up roaming around with the flank, your scout and soldier and pyro on this map as well. So I mean, maybe that's going to shake things up a little bit. I know Shay had a crazy game last week, but yeah, that's just gonna come up to whoever does better with their sentry. And last but not least, we have our snipers and spies, and so our pick classes, and kind of like what I was mentioning, Sniper is a class that is probably, to a lot of people's joy, I guess, a little bit neutered on this map. The sightlines are relatively weak. I mean, usually just pushing into a point, you're going to buff your Sniper to kind of get that pick to move forward, but it doesn't play as integral a role as it does in, like, I mean, I can't even compare Viaduct. That'd just be a silly comparison. But, like, you know, another another capture point map, or this is technically a payload map based on the config that gets used. But yeah, so Sniper is kind of a little bit less of an issue than it is on a lot of other maps, but it's still going to be interesting to see who's going to make the picks when they need it. That Sniper battle right when the gates open, staring down between the blue spawn and B side, is going to be interesting to see as well. And yeah, I mean, I don't really want to give an edge either way. Smiles was coming off a really great game, so, and again, I don't know if Kamegli is up to his final form, so to speak, or his, you know, season 15 form. So we'll have to see. But I think maybe Smiles, if I had to give an edge, I'd have to give it there. Just because of I guess being hot, you know what I mean? And I'm not talking about attractive. I'm sure he's an attractive young man, but But you know.
I think that Camiglia, in the experience that I've had playing against him, he usually plays very, very, very close to the combo. And since Steel isn't, you know, favored towards that playstyle, I can see Smiles winning this.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot more using the different sightlines that you have at your disposal, like the window looking over E. So you have to make those plays by yourself.
Right. Yeah, that was actually, you know, playing this map and even like ringing a few times. Ringing a few times. The question that I ask a lot of teams, because I mean I don't know their game plan, is when you're defending on red, on after B gets capped, is where do you want me to be? Do you want me to be watching E and try to fend off people that are trying to do that Abe Lincoln push, or do you want me sitting in lobby with the combo and trying to make picks that way? So definitely different play styles we're gonna see if Kamengli is going to be playing mainly with his combo. As will Apple, if he plays like that, will Apple be able to exploit that? And that could be a really big thing in their favor. And if he doesn't, is Smiles going to be able to contest? And I know Smiles was joking about using the Huntsman potentially. I
don't know. That's a joke. I've seen him run it before, and he gets med drops. So.
I'm excited to see. The one good thing I'm glad, and actually I'm sure a lot of teams are glad we dodged a bullet. Loadouts were gone for the past hour, but obviously as you see here, as you're watching, everyone has their items back. So we get to see TF2 in its modified form, and some would say its correct form today. Our NGs aren't completely screwed over, right? Mike, you were saying that because there was really nothing to do, you saw a lot of just AE pushes.
Yeah, because if you don't have a wrangled gun on B, it's so easy to just spam and take out that it's not even worth trying to hold B.
Right.
So.
Yeah, so just in time for match time, I guess Valve heard the cries of all UGC players everywhere, and luckily figured out what they needed to do here. So. We're gonna get to see, as I said, TF2 in its maybe not true form. Maybe if you want to say it's bastardized form, but I'd say it's correct and modified form. Although I could deal without the short circuit. Maybe that's the only incorrect thing about it. But anyway, last but not least, because I failed to mention it too, we have the spies, and spies can play like a really interesting role in this on this map too, because everyone's very combo-centric right now, and I mean, your pyro is going to be with your combo, but it leaves your spy to guess, with the amount of like routes and like flanks too that this map has, it offers a lot of, I guess, options for a spy, a lot of different ways to kind of contest and play the game the way they want to. So, we might see a little bit more flank spy, I guess you could say, like just messing around with the soldier and stuff like that to really help that, or maybe messing up. I'm not a spy. I mean, it's probably my worst class, so I'm probably honestly feeding all the wrong information. But all I'm trying to say is it opens up a different world for how spies want to end up playing the game, and I mean, is this an ambi map? I think it was Pomp said that this really wasn't much of an ambi map anyway. Maybe because there's not a lot of huge long sight lines to.
You can maybe argue it on E, but that's about it.
But
I think that a lot more of Spy on this map is just sitting and waiting, feeding your team information on where the combo's rotating.
Well,
like that, we start.
Alright, perfect. So, yeah, so anyway, like my last minute prediction, I think Jaden's gonna do a lot of work, and Sunfire's gonna have to be on his A game to make sure that he can't play the game that he does so well. And actually, I want to see what Dongo's running, but he's invisible right now, so I can't see if he's got that ambi out.
I see Letrenjay.
Okay. So we got none out of him. And Jaden's got a Zambi, so... I'm going to take a look at the snipers right to start. Looks like Kamanglia is actually on A right now. So, that's a little different than what we've seen. And Smiles is actually ready to contest over by the B side. But let's see, yeah, Smiles is going to look there. While Kamanglia is probably going to just die.
Okay.
Alright. So that opens up a great window right now for Smiles. If someone can help him deal with Mini here, can get a good sightline over on the B side. And Kairu is ready to do his best to defend what's going on in the AE connector, but little does he know that level 3 around the corner, and probably just gonna take a few pot shots. But let's see what's going on with the combo of Apple right now.
It looks like they're just setting up for a B hold because blue combo is just going for spawn.
Oh, Smiles takes out Battable. That's a good start to what you want going on. It looks like last is being contested by Blinks. Dongo's gonna try to go in for a backstab. He's not gonna be able to take out the gun, and Apple is going in for a pretty ballsy play already. E is getting pressured. Jeebus has got to send some people to contest it. Shay goes down to Smiles as well, and man, this is not looking great if you're Jeebus right now.
There's a few things running around somewhere on E. I don't exactly know where they went, but we had an edgy pyro scout soldier on E a second ago, and now they're all gone.
Well, good thing for Apple too. Couches, Ezric go down. It's just mainly the flank, and actually, no, not even them. Minnie and Shay were the only remaining members of Jeebus, and Apple's going to be able to just walk in and do what they can to choke off their spawn. And if you're Jeebus right now, you kind of just got to wait a little bit to see if they can't B, but you can't let them get too much time onto E, and it looks exactly like what's going to happen. Zaku's got his level 3 coming up on the left side of their spawn, and it looks
that
like
spawn did get rotated, but Bunny does have Conk up right now. I don't know if they're going to be able to just spawn camp right now, or actually it looks like the combo for Apple is just going to try and cap C.
Yeah, I mean, good job by Jeebus for keeping him off of E, because if you get trapped out of that B spawn and allow them to get some serious time onto E, you can get screwed up really, really badly. Oh, there's Kamanglia getting a shot onto Smiles, but they're lucky enough to get that back spawn, and they have kind of like a second life, a second chance to contest here.
Apple does have, you know, a teleporter, sentry, and all kinds of stuff in lobby right now, so I assume that once they cap C, then they're going to start contesting E.
Take a look, see if maybe someone over on the Jeebus flank is going to help him out with that. Looks like some times go down on point. American and Blinks getting in on there. Smiles with a nice shot. And there's American going down. Smiles with 2 frags now. Third one taking out Kamanglia. And fourth! Oh my god, Smiles is just going off right now. He takes out 4 members of Jeebus. And looks like he might go down here. Minnie takes care of him. With the help of a level 1 sentry, but damn, so Smiles just really, really put things great in Apple's favor, and a huge factor right now for them.
He's making great use of that cozy camper. He doesn't even care about the heavy shooting at him. He's just going in and getting headshots.
Yep, and there he goes taking out Shay. So there's gonna be no gun right now to contest E. Kamanglia is going to try for the shot. I honestly just want the Smiles cam, and we have a pause.
Yep.
And it looks like I don't know. I'm not seeing anything. Who called that pause? All right. Well, I mean, right now, Apple just came out of the gate like blaring. They just absolutely threw down. They had just a really strong push, and I don't think Jeebus was ready to contend that strong AE push. I don't know if maybe in scrims they never got hit with that and just kind of were lucky enough to play simply the AB push. The alphabet or the Abe Lincoln hashtag President's Day. But they just seemed very ill prepared for how Apple decided to attack Steel. And
I'm just curious right now what Jeebus is going to do. I don't know who's having player issues. Regardless, at this point, they're both thinking about how they're going to stop E.
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell if... Is E that far capped, or is that one of the glitches?
No, that's just part of the pause messing that up.
Alright, I just wanted to make sure, because you can never be too sure about those sorts of things, but they're really not... Yeah, they're not really having a great time, it looks like. It looks like there are only 17 players in the server at this moment. I'm taking a look at... I can't tell who is not in the game, though. Actually, nope, Couches is there. I think actually it might be someone on the Apple side? No, it's someone on Jeebus. I just can't tell who it is. There's someone I'm missing. Someone missing in this equation.
Is it Ezric?
No,
it's not Ezric.
What's going on? Who are we missing? Shay. It's Shay. Who cares about NGs anyway? That's why I forgot. Alright, so Shay's not in the game. So anyway, getting back to what is actually happening right now. I don't know. If you're Jeebus, are you boned at this point? I mean, they have 9 players up. Everyone on Apple is in a position to contest. Zaku is a level 3 on the like platform to E. They've got still a decent amount of cap time. I know like what we mentioned, the HUD glitch, but still a decent amount of cap time. American is ready to just frag Kamanglia. Jaden is in a position to make a pick. Bunny looks like just forced just forced Couches to use his Uber. Smiles has got a sight line, and Brule has 100% Uber in lobby, right where Couches is. So I don't know if you can do anything if you're Jeebus. Like,
I don't know if the HUD glitched out the respawn times too. Because if not, they just have 5 spawners coming as soon as this is unpaused.
Oh.
So,
yeah, that's a good question.
If that's the case, all of those players could just wrap through Wishbone and take out that Sentry, take out Smiles, and hopefully regain the point, but I don't know what those respawn timers actually are.
Right. Yeah, they'd be hard-pressed. Actually, I could probably tell. The last thing that happened just before the pause was Bunny killed Ezric. So, let's see. I mean, unless that happened, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds ago, which, I don't know, I kind of doubt. I think the respawn timers might also be glitched. But I mean, I guess anyway, we will find out, we will see, but Jeebus is kind of on their back heels right now. I don't know, kind of like, yeah, what you said, they kind of might just have to go right through Wishbone and see what they can do to contest and take out the Sentry over from the backside, and you can't lose your medic in this exchange. They got to make sure that they get Couches out, because the Uber from Brule is staring them in the face. And I don't think with Dongo is kind of out of the equation there. Yeah, he's behind his combo. I don't think they probably have a good read, besides of estimation where their Uber's at, so, or even where the combo's at. This is going to be really, really heavily in Apple's favor right now. And I'm actually interested to know as well. So they capped C in under 4 minutes. So what are we looking at? Maybe like a 6-minute time here, if things, maybe 5.5.
I would say 5, somewhere in 5.
Yeah.
But it depends if they get this cap right after the pause, not right after, but you know, 10 seconds, 20 seconds later. So
let me see if I can take a look at what we got going on in real time right now. And we have 18 out of 20 in the server real time. So it looks like Shay is rejoining and we should be unpaused relatively soon. Please?
I'm just hoping the pause isn't going to mess up the cap timer on my HUD, but we'll see.
I'm sure it will. I'm sure everything will be broken. And yeah, we have been frozen. Oh, actually, here we go. Nope, looks like the cap timer reset, so they are about like halfway capped. Are a lot of little bugs are going to be happening because of the pause, and Battle Bull is going to try to escape, and he's going to actually go back in and contest here, putting some okay damage in, and he's going to see if he can try to eat, but not. ×3 going down on the point, and I don't know, this kind of looks to be it if you're Jeebus. ×6 now, and what's the final cap time? I guess we won't know.
4:45.
4:45? Alright.
Yep.
So 4:45. And of course my HUD is broken, so that's fantastic. Mine says
I did a HUD reload scheme.
Oh, thank you. Fantastic.
My respawn timers are still broken, but that's alright.
Yeah, mine are too. That's alright, as long as we know exactly what we're dealing with here. So, if you are just joining us, we have a round cap for Apple in 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Now Jeebus has got to try their best to beat that time. If they don't, Apple will go up 1-0. They're going to reverse roles so that Jeebus is going to be setting the time. I mean, either way, they're going to be reversing roles. So Jeebus is going to be the one setting the time, and Apple's got to defend. But not really the place you want to go. Let's see. And it looks like that pause happened after the round had ended. And we're going to see a sniper v sniper right off the bat here. Kamanglia actually was looking at Smiles but turned away. Not too much is actually going to be going on over on that point. It looks like A is going to go down pretty handily and quickly to Jeebus, as you would expect. But they're going to have to do something alarmingly quick if they're going to want to be able to contest what Apple does. And I mean, Apple in their favor gets to know that they can kind of just commit most resources to watching B and E. They don't really have to worry much about C because I don't know if Jeebus can't really even go for the alphabet push. We see a couple shots ring off between the snipers, but nothing going on that way. A few frags going. Bunny's going to take out Ezric. Shay's going to take out Jaden, but then Blinks is going to answer back and take out Shay. I can't tell actually players who are dead and alive. Just looks like a few right now. And oh, Sentry. No, it's the wrong Sentry. Jeebus right now 3 minutes 30 seconds, and they're going to go in. Sense of urgency. They're going to try to take out the gun, and they do. Answering back with the Uber right now is Apple.
Not much is going on in lobby right now, so Jeebus does have a few players on E. Looks like Shay and Cairo.
Yeah, Cairo's gonna go down to Apple right there. Sorry, to American. Over on that side, wasn't able to get the frags that he needed, and it looks like already pulling out is Zaku, but actually Zaku goes down to Ezric, so it's just a level 1. If they can get some players to take care of it, They should be all set. They're not gonna have to worry about an NG for a little bit. They gotta be careful of Smiles, who's kind of in, but he's gonna fall out. He's gonna fade out, and oh, actually, there's couches going down to Jaden with Kamangli as well. So always got to be on the lookout for Jaden. He comes up with a pretty big play there. Can't tell what the Uber percentages were at, but with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, it's just kind of up to Jeebus right now to make that spree to take E.
They don't really have too much time. If I remember correctly, the cap time for E is a minimum of somewhere around 40 seconds, 48 seconds or something like that. So they don't really have time to wait to start getting people on E. They have to, you know, hurry it up.
Yeah, they're doing a good job so far. They got Sunfire on point and Cairo on point. They gotta get, oh, there's Kamangli getting the shot onto Vipa. That's gonna be huge. Kamangli actually also taking out Bunny. Ezric goes down, but good picks right now. If you're Jeebus, they have a lot of time put down on E. If they can reverse back and stuff this Uber or do something, they might have a chance here. American using the Scorch Shot to try to contest, and there goes Kamangli getting another frag. They just got to get their bodies on point. I think Jeebus might be able to do this. ×4 going down. A lot of spam going. However, Kairu's going to run back. Oh, there's Dongo picking up Smiles and Vipa. So I don't know. This is just going to be a frag fest to the end. And there's
this positioning by Battle Bull is devastating right now. He can just spam out their forward spawn for days.
Oh my god! Actually, oh my god. What is that's called? The I recently heard it called the bitch box, and they're gonna play it just like it is. 54 seconds. That cap is almost done.
Kairu is coming on the point right now. They have ×4 it. That should be the cap.
Oh my god! So what was that? 4:25, and they're gonna cap in 3.5 minutes, probably.
Yep.
Oh my god, Jeebus bringing it back, and Apple just completely falling apart. They looked to be in really great form, and I mean it's gonna be huge for them. Let's see if we can get some logs up in here. Oh god, who knows which one of these is the correct log. 1 second. I mean, if you're Apple right now, you've got to be steaming. I mean, that's just disappointing to a different degree. And okay, here we go. We got logs.
Something's not right about this damage. Maybe it's because of the quick rounds, but then I would think it'd be higher. So I don't know.
Oh, okay. I actually can tell you what's wrong with this damage. There was a 7-minute pause, and logs does not take into effect pause time. So this is actually about a 10-minute time. So yeah, this is almost half of what people actually put up. But I mean, the frags are in Apple's favor, 57-50, not too much. The damage is in Apple's favor. It's just Jeebus came through and they did what they needed to do. Just simply put, they outsmarted them. They choked them out at their spawn, and I don't know. That was just a fantastic push. Was there anything that you saw specifically about it, or?
Jeebus got really good control of lobby, and once they got control of lobby and they had a few players down for Apple, they started to get aggressive on the spawn, and then that eventually got them the round. So. Right.
And I mean, the medics were pretty even there. Brule got a single Uber more than couches, which isn't too much. Similar healing numbers. Brule put down an extra 500 damage, but Brule dies once. Couches dies twice with 11 assists, so not too much. Either side that's very different over on that. Smiles and Kamingli actually managed to end up pretty even in terms of frags, but Smiles had 9 kills the first half. And wait a second, Smiles got no kills in the second half. That's got to be why. That's tough. I have certainly been there, and so that's probably a big part of why Apple wasn't able to contest as well as they would have hoped. I mean, when your sniper goes from 9 kills in a round to 0, and you're not making the picks you need to, that's probably a big part of it. So they just gotta. I mean, the key right now for Apple is figure out what you can do to help your sniper. Maybe, I mean, part of it probably had to do with just being in such a bad position after leaving B. So you really get to do the most work that you can once you get on B. And as soon as they lost B, there was really no room even for Smiles to sit. And I mean, that probably contributed to what was going on. So as long as Apple can do a little bit more here, and they can figure out, sorry, as long as Apple can figure out their B holds and make sure that they rotate and don't get completely choked out like last time, Smiles should be able to do a lot more work than he did. Because it's definitely not the sniper. That was the problem. Because nine frags doesn't just happen. And luckily,
mission begins in 10 seconds.
Thank you, SGV Stats, for telling me that Blue lost their Uber advantage already.
How could they, man? How could they lose their Uber ad? So we've got Jaden kind of being a little sneaky. Probably just calming as to what's going on. Might go in for a pick or a suicide in just a minute here, but just kind of letting his team what's going on. And over on the B side, we got Bunny just kind of spamming through. Vipa is actually in a pretty. He's using the Brass Beast. I guess mobility isn't that huge with what he's doing where he's standing right now, but an interesting tactic. You don't really see the Brass Beast run too much, and I kind of like it. Kind of like the idea. Actually, Smiles is going down already to Dongo, so that's a really big pick for them. It's going to allow Kamanglia to get aggressive, and actually here comes the Uber pop over out of Jeebus. They're going to get some work done.
Apple did manage to get the better of that Uber. They hung on to it for a pretty long time.
Yeah, okay, sorry about that. There was some weirdness going on with the game on my end, but yeah. So it looks like in a good position though after the post Uber. Actually, there's a nice shot, headshot onto Smiles that's finished up with damage by Ezra. It looks like Jeebus ended up in a really good position to end up taking B. And the interesting question is here: will they go for an alphabet push and just kind of take things the way they were meant to, or are they just going to go straight for the Abe Lincoln to conserve on time? Because what can happen is if you go for the Abe Lincoln and you fail, you're just going to increase your time like tenfold. Whereas if you go for the A, B, C, D, and E, it's safer, but I mean it just lends itself to having a longer time just in general. So. We're going to see some contention over on E, and not too many players are actually going to try to contest over on the C side, which is where looks like a lot of Apple was hanging out. The combo was over there. And actually,
Apple had a gun in lobby, which, they were trying to stop that rotation from Jeebus across lobby, but the combo just came and take it out. And here's an Uber exchange.
And I got a little bit of weirdness on my side after that Uber exchange. I thought we were about to have another pause, but yeah, it looks like getting aggressive now in the lobby is Jeebus, and Ezric is actually going to put out a fair bit of damage. Going to go down to Drunk Uncle, and I mean that's an okay push if you're Jeebus. I mean I would take that. They end up doing a little bit of fragging power. They got to be careful though, because Jaden did manage to get out, and I don't know if he's going to go in for the play on the combo, but he certainly has a chance now. Kairu's going to try to contest him, and oh, he's going to get the butter knife to end Kairu. And we're just seeing where it looks like they did grab C, and they're just going to be putting some time, or at least try to be putting some time over on D point, but Batable running out of ammo is going to get completely swallowed up, and kind of I don't know what happened with that Uber there. Was anything interesting actually going down, or it just seemed like a strange position to be using in?
Well, what happened was Battle ran out of ammo, so he ran back to get ammo while they were trying to contest D. And then between the people coming out of the D spawn and the U spawn, they got pinched, and they just had to get out of there.
Ezric is gonna try to save his life, but fall into the pit. Was that right? Was he on an 11K? Oh, and then Kairu's gonna be the next one to fall into the pit. Oh no, that's just the kill counter of how many people have fallen into the pit, I think. I think we have a 13K by the pit so far in this game.
And Ezric falls into the pit again.
Goes again. I can't help but laugh.
Anyway,
oh god.
Appel is solid control of Lobby right now. They have full Uber. And they're just content to just keep rotating back and forth until, you know, they get forced, so.
I'm back on the Ezra cam. I just want to see if he's gonna go for the trifecta, the hat trick here.
Please no, please don't do it again, Ezra, come on.
It looks like he's too scared to really even contest it. Interesting. Oh, okay, so it looks like Appel wanted to try to go Wishbone, but Ezric and Battle are going to stop him from doing that, and they might go through Death Hallway here with this Uber. Brule is up on 100%, hanging out in lobby right there with, looks like Minnie was trying to spam out. But right now, going through Death Hallway and trying to get their way to D. Ezric's going to be sticking off that door, and they're going to get a good position, but here comes the U's out of Jeebus. And only 3 up, including Brule. Brule uses her Uber on the D point to try to prevent the cap, and it looks like it's going to work, but ×3 going down on the point right now. Looks like probably Kairu. Yeah, Minnie's on there. They got ×6 now. Couches is going to be up in that up in the box there, just sending down arrows, raining health down to his teammates. ×5 on the point, 5 minutes and 48 seconds. Jeebus is going to set the time. So we saw Appel do really good work over on their attacking last time, but let's see if they're going to be able to match it up. I would love to go into another half here. I love close games, and we're going to see. I think Appel definitely has the chance, but Jeebus now, it's almost like they caught Jeebus off guard with that AE push before, and hopefully Jeebus is going to be expecting it, and I mean maybe that surprise might be a little bit worn off now that it's been done.
It was a really awkward position at the very end there. Brule was healing Battle Bull in lobby. He peeked to the corner a little bit too much, and Kamegli just sniped him because he didn't know he was there. So.
Oh man, it's not easy. It certainly is not. Kamegli in an interesting spot to try to take down Smiles. It's actually a new one for me. I'm gonna have to put that one down in the book, but it's going to go for a few shots, going to have to go back. The one positive that Smiles gets in this positioning is he does get a full buff from his medic, whereas Couches kind of plays over on the A side until he rotates over. So quick cap over onto the A point, as you would expect. Looks like Minnie and Kyra are posted up in the lobby area, the IT area, whatever you want to call it, AE connector. Just to calm for their team, let them know when they need to rotate, and I think that's probably where the bulk of things that'll be going down are. I mean, right now the B push is important. You don't have, I mean, you're not completely screwed on time. By a long shot, you're not, but there still has to definitely be a sense of urgency. And there goes Smiles taking out Sunfire. So that's going to be no Pyro to push back the Uber on this exchange, which might help out, and actually looks like there's going to be the Uber trade. I'm kind of interested to know what Ezric was doing so far in. Drunk Uncle's going to be able to finish off Mini there, and they're going to be, Apple's going to try to see what they can do to finish off this this Behold.
And Shay is gonna pull the gun out. Looks like he's gonna go to C, or maybe to E right now. I don't know where he's going with that. But
I'm surprised that Blinks didn't try to chase down Shay with the gun. I definitely understand wanting to put cap time on, but when you see an NG Rescue rangering his gun away, he's taking mini crits. So I mean that's like a meat shot away from no gun hanging up on the seaside. So
that gun is an under right now. Apple is sitting on a full Uber, so really that sentry gun isn't going to be much of a factor. But
yeah, it looks like he did pull it up. It was interesting, but it looks like he thought better of it. An Uber does get used over in the BE connector, BEC, whatever you want to call it. But not too much ended up happening. Brule did go down as well to Brule went down to Dongo with a nice stab, and Couches is actually up on quick fix here too, which oh my god, did my game just crash? My game just crashed. Fine, take it away, please.
Alright. Well, we have a level 3 going up in Wishbone right now. The Apple combo just sitting in Wishbone trying to get time on E right now. Both actually no, only Jeebus is on a full Uber right now, so they're very much capable of contesting them in Wishbone if they want to. Brule just did go down, so that is much in favor of Jeebus right now. And a bunch of combo class, actually not combo classes, but flank classes are down for Jeebus right now. So they're going to have to, rotate very carefully to hold on to that Uber so they don't get pinched by the flank and the combo of Apple.
We are rejoining the server right now.
Right now, the level 2 is going back up on Wishbone. And just like that, Ezric went down. This is going to be hard for Apple to hold right now.
Alright, I'm
back in.
They do have
times 3 on E.
Right. Alright, so we're back in the game. Thanks for bearing with us there. Yeah, 1:41. Couches does have... Is he still up on quick fix? Looks like he is. Does have full quick fix to contend with, but we might be headed to a third half here. Actually, Jeebus does a good job of clearing off the point, and I'm gone again. I'm gone.
Well, alright. So, Apple's combo is still holding Wishbone right now. They're at 97%. Vipebud does go down right there. Drunk Uncle is still alive, so they can probably still cap E right now if they want to. They just need to get aggressive with Uber, block off the enemy combo from getting to the point. Here comes the Apple Uber. They do take out a bunch of classes in lobby right now. There's only two or three up for Jeebus right now. I think this is going to be the round. Yeah, that is a round, so we are at a 1-1 right now.
Alright, thank you, Mime. How fantastic is this? Welcome to online video games, everyone. Let's get these logs for the second half here. And, let's toss these bad boys up on the screen. So we should go back to our initial position with Jeebus defending, and we're gonna see some more stuff go down. So it looks like kind of more in the favor of... Actually, that was dead even. 68 kills on the Apple side, 65 for Jeebus. The damage was 1,200 away from each other, which is not much at all. 1,300 at the very most. And I mean, that's just crazy. These teams are honestly two of the closest match teams that we've seen. Ezric putting out the most DPM, 429. Most kills is going to go to Drunk Uncle, so the demo's doing a lot of work. 12 for him, 11 for Ezric. Bunny doing a lot of work as well with 11 frags, and Mini not too far behind with 9. So it's not too crazy. Bunny actually, I don't trust accuracy stats for explosives, but it seems really even just looking at these stats. Like the medic's healing stats are really close. Looks like Brule just got an extra 500 healing out altogether. The charges were dead even, 7 for, well, almost dead even, 7 for Couches, 6 for Brule. Like that was as close as two teams could really get in that sense in terms of stats.
I could give some sort of prediction, but I don't know.
Right?
This is so even.
I almost, it looks like so the defending team has lost both rounds, right?
Correct.
Right. So because Jeebus lost their first, and they were defending, and then we had Apple just lost.
Backwards. Apple lost first round, and then Jeebus lost.
Right. And I don't know. So maybe we're gonna see that. Maybe when they switch sides one more time, we're gonna see an Apple victory, a Jeebus victory rather. I can't even keep it straight. I mean, what's the difference? What's the difference, man? 18 players have become one.
Chat, if you have any predictions on who is going to win this match,
yeah, what's up, Twitch chat?
Give your input in the chat.
Yeah, who's gonna win? Who's got the most fans watching right now? I think I knew Epic was watching, so I'm gonna shout out him, and he should tell me. I should hope that he's gonna tell me that that Jeebus would win, considering it's his it's the team he's subbing for. But I don't know. This is gonna be a tough one, and I do want to thank Twitch chat for hanging with me throughout 2 crashes. I think things are stable now.
Epic has told me he told me meme it up.
Meme it up, and we
will have
are
a very meme heavy cast in the second or third half.
Team Willie will win. That's what he says. It's Team Jeebus. Just a little FYI here. Anyway, it looks like while we're just waiting for last things to end up going down, we're coming through live on our next our final half here. The last thing that I need to mention is Quail Noises did beat CND 2-0. So I think we figure out last week that they will be the ones to play Social Justice Warriors, right? Because
I believe so.
Yeah, they're going to be the highest seeded team that hasn't played them. So that's going to be fun. It'll be interesting to see what other outcomes have happened. But anyway, back to the game at hand here. Here we are, going live, third half. Kamanglia is actually opting to stay on A again, so he's in a far less aggressive position, so he's going to be ready to back out. So you don't want to lose your sniper right in the beginning so that he can continue to contest, but there's Smiles taking out Mini. So that's going to be a big pick over for Apple right now, because Mini's going to be on a 10-second respawn at this moment, so it's I think 15 altogether. Oh, there's Kamanglia taking out Drunk Uncle. Oh, that's a good answer. Hey, you're going to kill my soldier? Well, how about that? I'm going to take out your demo. And Kamanglia is going to get aggressive. He's going to go for the pick onto Smiles, not able to get it. And he's going to back off. I really got to say, like, the snipers looking good right now. Smiles is looking to contest over on this balcony area, but might get spammed out here. Ezric has a lot of stickies right there behind him. Might just be calming for his team at the moment.
Lynx is edging the point by himself right now. He's pretty much the only thing affecting E right now, as he gets sniped by Kamangla.
Oh man. So Kamangla is putting in the work right now. Oh, and there's Dongo taking out Bunny. Jeebus is doing well right now. Dongo's going to take out American as well. Drunk Uncle going to go down to 30 health, but the Ubers are going to get traded out. So he's going to get healed up, but kind of using the Uber on the back foot. Good sap by Jaden, and Drunkle's gonna help him out with some Iron Bomber and sticky shots. Vipa's going to go down, but it looks like both medics are going to live here, but it looks like Jeebus is content to give up the B point.
It's interesting because on the other side while all that was happening, Zaku's just running around on C, placing sentries, and he has half the flank chasing him.
Well, it doesn't look like Apple was able to really do anything off of it because they don't have any cap time off of E, but I gotta admire the determination. Absolutely gonna admire that. So Cairo and Minnie kind of hanging out over, and it looks like Shay too, over by the AE side, and Bunny is going to almost fail his jump, and the pit's gonna claim another life here. So I think the MVP so far this game has got to be the pit. I don't know, it's putting out great damage, a lot of kills.
It's taken 2 fully buffed Jeebus demos.
Oh, and there's American with the reflect onto Mini, ×3 going down on the point. Couches is so close to his Uber, they might need to use it to contest here. Brule did just use hers, but I mean, right now, if you're Jeebus, you got to do something. That point is getting just more capped by the moment here. You're losing your fantastic ad. Brule's going to be up on 50%, so.
There is a level 2 Wishbone right now. They really need to do something about it. And they do. Kamele just gets 2 picks right there. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, just leave it up to your sniper. That's all that you gotta do. Smiles is gonna go for a couple shots up in window, not gonna be able to. And it looks like the cap time on E is gonna be dwindling, but very slowly. You know, as long as the players can get up there to contest it a bit, might help them out. Jaden was gonna try to contest Couches, not able to, and it looks like we got over in that like Wishbone area a lot of players over on the Apple side. Medic's Uber's gonna be almost even, but Mini goes and takes out Brule. So that's gonna turn a lot of players around over on the Apple side. Mini and Bunny trying to do battle. Bunny down to 23 health, and Mini is probably gonna get. Oh, Mini actually gets the frag onto Bunny there, but goes down shortly after to Americans. So a lot of time right now for Jeebus.
The Ubers are about even right now. However, that being said, with the capture on C, it's going to make it a lot easier to get cap time on it because you have all those extra players that can actually get there easily.
Right.
So they have to make sure they're rotating quickly to E instead of just waiting for spam into lobby and then moving out.
And Shay knows that he doesn't have enough time to get a level 3 up, so he's gonna opt for the mini sentries there. Time still going down pretty well on the point. See if I can get an overview of kind of what we're seeing here, and it just looks like a lot of what you would expect. So contention over in lobby. You got Jeebus' combo trying to hold there. Ezra going to be putting out some good damage. There's American falling down into the pit with help from Ezra. So kind of back into that just trying to push E, and Apple's doing Jeebus is doing a really good job. Smiles with the shot onto Couches. Oh, that was huge. That was a great sightline, a great shot, and now Brule 20% Uber, and Couches done on 10-second respawn. I don't know. Jeebus has got to contest this sentry on point. They're gonna have to do a lot here.
They might be able to do it. Cairo is probably going to pick up a couple of frags right here. No one's really looking at him.
Oh, Vipa gets him, and there goes Sunfire. He's gonna push Vipa in the pit. So Pit claims another life with the help of a member of Team Jeebus here. And I mean, it's a slow cap, but it just seems slowly, ever so slowly, it's falling into Apple's favor. And with time 6 now, Kamanglia is gonna. Kamanglia hits the shot onto Brule. What? What?
And Ezric just cleared the point with no heals. He probably had 20 or 30 HP and just cleared the point. Oh, this is nuts right now. Sunfire has to make it happen himself. Or Mr. Deldago. Okay.
Dago's gonna take out too. Oh my god, there's Shade taking out. Oh no, sorry. Jaden was a dead ring, but Minnie's gonna waste all his rockets just spamming out smiles. I guess I really wouldn't call that a waste, but there goes American down.
This point is so close, and it's just a 1-by-1 people fighting each other.
It's just like it's just like blue balls. Like honestly, like just make it happen. Just make it happen. Oh, you gotta. I think this might be it.
I think that's it. All right.
7 minutes. That could have been like a 5-minute time, but it ends up 7 minutes.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
Damn. Woof. Woof. What a play. What a point. What a game that we just saw. So 7 minutes. Not bad. I mean, you want more if you're Jeebus, no doubt about it. I mean, of course, like why wouldn't you ever want more? Hey, Smithley, yeah, pretty sure this isn't Steel. These are two actually really good gold teams, but appreciate your input. But anyway, so we're just kind of excited to see what's gonna end up going down on this last push. I mean, seven minutes is not the best time, but I'd be happy with it for how long they defended the point here. So we're gonna see Jeebus go probably immediately out for the A push.
Our control point is being captured.
Tongo's gonna try to get something done. Why not? Kind of play 34 health, and he's gonna try to. He's got cloak and dagger, so he's just gonna sit back. Couch is at 100% here, and I mean, hopefully should be at 100%. I should say. Our sniper is still kind of out of the picture. Kamangli is actually opting to go to drop down, which is an interesting play from him. But, you know, he's made a lot of stuff work here. He goes for the shot, not able to get it. So, a lot of numbers down right now for Jeebus. That's going to delay their push. They've got Ezric and Batable here ready to contest Vipa, who's now on Tomislav, and their Smiles taking out Kairu. So far so good from Apple. They're making Jeebus really work for that B push.
And not much is happening on the flank either right now, actually.
And just
Lynx and Bunny are doing really well right now. They're cleaning up the flank for Jeebus pretty well.
Yeah, but just as we said, Apple's making them work for B. There's gonna be a take. Jeebus is gonna take B without even having to use their Uber. Brule wasn't forced to use hers as well, which is really lucky for Apple. But great play. It was just like a sap and some explosives down on the sentry.
Whenever you get a chance, you should take a look at lobby right now. There's two sentries that are basically around the corner from one another, and they're just, you know, using shotgun, battling it out until someone gets a lucky shot, I guess.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Shay maybe wants to try to say, hey, mine's bigger. Wait, oh, actually, here comes Kairu, maybe, not Kairu, sorry, Blinks, maybe wanted to get something done. But I mean, right now, Jeebus is in an interesting spot. They haven't really contested C. They used their Uber in lobby to take out the gun, and I think they might be. Looks like the combo is going to want to try to just take the lobby side, where someone looks like Kairu is just capping C alone. Uber got used in retaliation over in lobby, and Couches is going to go down to Blinks, who's putting together a nice little streak there, but doesn't manage to stay alive rather, and it looks like point on C should get capped here. Kamengli with a shot onto Smiles, and I don't know. Jeebus has 4 minutes and counting, and they're not in a bad place to be for 4 minutes. They're about to have C capped, and as long as they can... Oh, Brule was down as well. As long as they can get something going on into D, 4 minutes is absolutely possible to take this last point.
This is looking a lot like last round where there's the combo classes are just going down constantly.
Right.
You know, it's just edging time on E rather than actually getting a full push on it.
What I'm confused about right now with Jeebus is why Couches was so far in. Like, if Couches had just stayed alive and hung out, he had a 40% ad on Brule. Like, that Uber could end the game. But he's standing on point healing his team, and like it's admirable. Like, I can understand that, but they just kind of really threw their advantage away and right into the hands of Appel. Questionable. Questionable is all I'm saying. Smiles getting the better of Kamenglia there, and I mean, I was kind of saying that this game was probably going to go down to a single mistake, and I wonder if maybe that could be the mistake. I mean, there's under 3 minutes now. Couch is going to stay alive after an Uber just to try to punish here. But Couches, as long as he gets some time to build, they should be able to... Oh!
He just died to a sticky trap.
He just died to a trap. 2 minutes, 28 seconds. Sentry Gun's going to go down to Ezric. And, I mean, right now, Jeebus has a good chance to get into lobby, but they got to keep their medic alive. That's two deaths that honestly shouldn't have happened.
Not much is going on in E right now. It's kind of just the flank just roaming around, making sure everything's going the way they want it to.
Right. Yeah, the main fight looks to just be going on for D, and it looks like Jeebus is going to be able to get a lot of time onto D, which is huge because it chokes off one of the biggest, well, like one of the easiest ways to get over to E. ×4 on D, they're going to get it. It looks like ×2 on E. So they're getting a little bit of time there, 1 minute and 37. And E, if I'm not mistaken, E is now faster to cap. Is that true?
It is not.
Oh, okay.
It's not. It is actually the same time no matter how many points you've capped. So.
Okay, alright. I guess these are remnants of things I heard when I was in Iron. So picks flying right now. Only a few up for Appel. And, I don't know, ×3 on the point. Sunfire doing a good job. There's just so much happening. Sunfire's doing a good job of keeping this Uber back, but it looks like Drunk Coco's going to be going in. The pit is going to claim another victim as Brule falls in, but only 3 up right now for Appel. Last licks of players trying to rush in. ×5 going down. 50 seconds left. I don't think they can do it. That is going to be it. Zaku, the only one remaining, and Team Jeebus. 2-1. Woof! What a game. That is, woof. Okay.
I think they picked the right match to cast.
I think that was hype, man. That was a really good game. Game to see. Now, I want to see if maybe I can try to get some combined logs up in here. Let's see here. Might take me a second. I wonder what's going on around the league. Well, let's put up the third half logs. So let's absolutely get that going. So this is the final half. Smiles doing a lot of work here. 19 frags, solid accuracy, about 40%. Kamenglia is not going to be too far behind, only getting 2 less frags and comparable damage. So the sniper battle ended up being even. I mean, much like every single player, like on these two teams. I think these guys are actually weekly scrim partners, which would make a lot of sense. They're damn close to each other. Couch's drop, I think, came by Smiles, if I'm not mistaken.
Wait, no, that was the drop in Lobby Trap.
Oh, that was that one.
Yep.
Oh no, hold on. Couches was dropped by Smiles. I don't think the trap was.
They must have been close to Uber then.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Let's see, the frags actually again in Apple's favor. 10 frags in their favor, 8,000 damage in their favor. Still really closely matched, but damn, man. I mean, I gotta say, I think it actually came down kind of to what we were saying. Apple has the end. Both teams have good coordination, but I think Jeebus just had the better strategy going in and take this game. So now they improve to 4-1. Apple falls to 3-2, but will still remain as one of the better teams. To watch it go down. Let's see, actually. Do we know what's happened around the league so far? I know there's one game I have my eye on, to be honest.
Well, let me pull up the Kansas spreadsheet. Where is it?
I wonder if it's updated right now. So now's the time to plug your ears or close the screen. If you are scared, if you don't want to know any spoilers about stuff that happened in Golds, because here are a few things to know. So Quail Noises does beat C&D 2-0, and based on what we understand, that means they should be playing Social Justice Warriors next week on Swiftwater. Social Justice Warriors is going to beat Shadowball 2-0. Not too much surprise. As you just saw, Jeebus beats Apple 2-1. And what else? I want to open up what happened between Syndicate and Papa's Peddlers, but I'm also like scared to know. Local Bottom Gun, also known as the Meme Stealers, initially, are going to take out the number 2 pencils 2-1. Which is a good win. I wonder who ended up playing Scout for number 2. And do you want to hear something that's going to break your heart?
Am I reading this right?
Are you ready, Mime?
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Alpha. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Sit down for this one. Alphabet Alliterations is going to take down Independent Fighters Alliance 2-0. 2-0. IFA... Speechless is a word. Wow. Can't wait to watch the STV and look at the logs for that game. I'm just... Okay. Alright. Anyway, moving on. USA is going to fall 2-0 to Baited by Rye, also known as Does It, who's going to improve to 3-2. All Washed Up, aka Space Bears, is going to beat Local Top Gun. And, let's see. And it looks like Wu-Tang Killer Bees forfeited to Mature Dads Only. It looks like just no one on Wu-Tang Killer Bees got in touch with anyone on Mature Dads Only. So now, do we find out who won in the Syndicate and Papa's Peddlers? I kind of just want to like download the STV and watch right now, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Are we ready to find out?
I guess we can. Why not?
All right. Match scores not reported. Wow. Okay. I hyped myself up.
It looks like that game's still going, considering 2000 is still on the server.
That game is still going?
I guess so. So I'd assume
Oh.
it's gotta be the third round. There's no way it's not.
Yeah, okay. Well, here's what's going to happen with that then. I'm not going to switch to the game. I'm not going to look at the logs. Tomorrow, my plan is to either watch that game or do a post-production cast. Either with mine, or we've been also just trying to cast with some other people too, just to get some people up to snuff. So we might mix things up, see what's going on. So there's probably either going to be a cast or something of that game. I'm not gonna ruin it. I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm gonna keep my ears plugged, and I'm gonna go into it with an open mind. I believe it's taking place on my server as well, so I can even download the STVs without having to worry about spoilers. So get hyped, boys. That's gonna go down, and we're gonna find out about what's going on. But anyway, I'm gonna leave this off here. We just witnessed a pretty awesome game between two pretty awesome teams, and I thank you so much if you joined us or if you're watching the VOD in the future. It was a lot of fun, so I hope you enjoyed it too. I am sorry about the crashes. It's just never a dull moment when it comes to Team Fortress 2. Check out write-ups. They come out every Friday between myself and Wymeo. That's, as I said, going to be this Friday, and all that other good stuff, stats and that kind of stuff. Anything else you want to add in there, Mime?
I'd like to give a shout out to Epic, and that's about it.
All right. Yeah, I am not going to shout out Epic. I'm going to do whatever the opposite of a shout out is to Epic. And probably just end the cast with that. But thanks a lot, guys, for joining us, and we will catch you later.